Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to do a tier list for the Nations of Hockey Master Set players that did come out this Friday. So I went ahead and tried out some of these cards so I can give you guys some in-depth knowledge or at least some in-game experience as to how these guys played so far. Need to mention though, all of these cards are going to be great guys. All Master Set players are going to be among the best cards that you can get currently in the game. My tier list and rankings is going to be based on a couple things, whether it be just overall feel, but then comparison to other cards that are available to you, and then the value of them essentially. So that's all going to go into the ranking. But don't get me wrong, if I have one listed low that you might think is really, really good, I'm not saying the card is bad. I just don't think the value's there in comparison to some of the other ones. So if you guys enjoy the video, make sure you give the video a like and subscribe. It really helps me out. All right, let's get into it. All right, we're going to start off with probably the most requested one from this event, and that's Goaltender Vasilevskiy. I'm pretty sure I'm butchering that name. I apologize. He is in the A tier. All right, if you are looking for your next goaltender, this is probably him. Now, what I would recommend is you make the 84 for very cheap, and then just slowly upgrade him with the free cards that you'll get after playing an absolute insane amount of games, but something to work towards. I don't think that everyone that's no money spent or anything like that should rush out and grab him and boost him up to 90 overall. That's not what I'm saying. I don't think goaltenders are a great investment at all. But if you are like me, who has become insanely frustrated with Markstrom, because base Markstrom has been pretty much the ride or die since the beginning of the season because he's just been easy and cheap and goaltenders really don't matter. But now I have no confidence in Markstrom. If you haven't watched my latest No Money Spent video, please go watch that and then come back and comment on this video. But he is just, I have no confidence in him making saves. I played about 10 games with Goaltender Vasilevskiy on the God Squad, the 90 overall version, with all of his abilities activated, and obviously you don't need all or nothing. But Sponge, Lightwork, and Butterfly Effect have slowly become my favorites, especially Butterfly Effect. He's making saves that I don't expect him to make, and he's stopping the ones that I expect him to make, and that is the most important thing when you're playing. Obviously, your goaltender is going to be dictated by how well you play defense, but you need him to at least make the saves that you expect him to make. And there has been kind of a long period of time where we haven't had a goaltender that has really kind of stepped up and been that you know, go after and go get goaltender, because I mean the first master set that we got was Patrick Waugh and he was awful. The second one was UC Saros, same situation. This one, at least from master set players' perspective, has been very, very good, and I'm facing essentially cards and players that are all in Division 2 and 1 that have stacked teams. So, again, this is just my personal opinion. I think he's very, very good. If you are looking for a goaltender, I think he's going to do fine. He is not going to boost you up divisions. No goaltender will ever do that, but he's not going to cost you games. So, again, that's my opinion on him. I think he's in the A tier. Next up in the A tier is the 90 Jokiharju. Now, I have to be completely transparent. This is the one card I did not get to actually try out. I was away. I was very, very sick. I did not get to play or work the market a lot, so I just ran out of coins trying to get all these guys. So I do apologize for that, but I have him in the A tier, and here is why. First, I think that there is many other defensemen you could go out and get for the cost. No lie, he's got 90 speed, 90 acceleration, 93 agility. He's fine at 6 foot, 200 pounds, 91 body checking, great defensive awareness, stick checking. All of that is phenomenal. It's what you want in a master set player. However, his skating synergies are very hard to activate. So what I mean by that is technically he can get distributor and buzzing, which would give him 91 acceleration, 91 speed. Those are very hard to activate because you would much rather have fly the zone. And a lot of the cards that have fly the zone also have buzzing as well as distributor, so you've got to make your choice on that. It's an interesting way of how they're avoiding having cards have a lot of really increased speed and acceleration. So they're like technically saying that you could get higher speed and acceleration, but not really. And then honestly, the quartet of abilities are probably the least favorite ones I would have for defensemen. Thunderclap, not noticeable at all. Again, point shots, I would much rather take a well-timed and well-aimed wrister than a slap shot in this game. Third Eye, really with the pass assist model being turned back on in 23, and Take the Tape, there's just really no use for them. And Send It is, again, if you haven't watched me play or talk about it, break the puck out via a shot, not a pass, and you won't need Send It at all. So it's very useless. On top of that, the last three, on top of that, you can go back essentially all the way to the start of the game of the Spotlight event and find a just as useful right-handed defenseman for a much cheaper cost. I mean, we could go back to every single event. Spreadsheet Hockey has the best right-handed defenseman in the game currently, in my opinion, in Mackenzie Weegar. You can still go make him, and he's cheaper because he doesn't require that extra tier to 90 overall, and his abilities are crack. You go back all the way to the Milestone event, and I used Mike Green, who was a much different card. He had more of the Cale Makar build, but was big, and I've loved him on the no money spent team with elite edges. And then even on Spotlight, if you went all the way back to Spotlight, there's an argument to be made that you can use Chris Letang over him, again, for the cost, because he literally was free, so you could just do the choice pack and get him. But again, with Gold Stick 'em Up, I'd much rather have than all those abilities that Jokiharju has. So I just wouldn't go for him. I think he's a good defenseman. I just don't think he's worth it at all. But let me know in the comment section if you were able to use him, if you noticed him play better than all of his abilities and attributes look. Also in the A tier is the 90 Jordan Eberle. So I got to use this card quite a bit. He's got gold close quarters, which has been a very good ability so far in this game. Unstoppable Force has been very good. All Alone is pointless, and Backhand Beauty has some usefulness as well. He doesn't have any skating abilities or synergies other than Distributor, and just like I talked about before, those ones are kind of hard to activate. So I went with Protector and Gladiator, and he was able to hit people quite well. Like, he was able to crush people, and for 5'11", I was kind of surprised at that. But 92 speed, 92 acceleration. I have just come to feel, guys, that, again, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments section, even dictated by someone's high agility stat, elite edges makes me feel like I'm using a player and I'm playing like LAN or offline. That's the best way to describe using a card that has elite edges, and even if they have high agility, it doesn't feel nearly the same. And that was what I felt with Jordan Eberle. The spins and the moves, they weren't bad, but I think Unstoppable Force was helping him a little bit more than his high agility stat, because I didn't feel like he was all that snappy. His shot as well, I didn't really notice those far side shots going in with Jordan Eberle, and I don't know if it's just my play style or what. I think he's a great right-handed winger, but the issue is that he can only play wing. You cannot put him on center. So that limits him to only going up against right-handed wingers. And again, from the last event, I would much rather have Matthew Barzal's Master Set player if I was going to invest a lot in a card. I'm not saying he's bad. I had, I believe, 5 points in 7 games in Division 2 rivals with him, but they were mostly secondary assists. So because of that, I have him in the A tier. All right, this one kind of surprised me. The 90 Lucas Reichel is the only S tier card from these 4, in my opinion. I used him for, again, about 5-6 games. I put Thief as well as, I believe, Spark on him. 91 speed, 93 acceleration, so he wasn't an exceptional skater. But man, gold elite edges on him made him feel like a left-handed Matthew Barzal. It was nuts. And silver close quarters and make it snappy was a nice combo. His shot felt crisp, and I didn't really get knocked off the puck at all, even though he was 170. Again, this is a total feel call. His attributes don't lean to what you would expect to be a very good player, but I've really liked Lucas Reichel. And if you don't have, let's say, X Factor McDavid, and you didn't make Kucherov, you're probably in need of someone that can be a left-handed winger. I liked him more on wing than I did on center, because I think there's a lot better centerman now. Again, Bergeron from the last event is phenomenal. I'd rather have him at center. So just something to keep in mind there. But I really like this card. Again, it feels like when you've got gold elite edges on, that you're playing a buddy that's on your couch. Like, you're just playing offline. There's no lag, no input delay, anything like that. And I really noticed it on Lucas Reichel. I was able to just zip around the zone and hold on to the puck. I really would like this card. So if you are looking to make one from this event that isn't Goaltend's, it would probably be Reichel. I'll be honest with you though, guys. On the God Squad, I only made Goaltend's. I'm not going to make Reichel because I think that there will be better cards that come out that will replace them. And I think with Team of the Year coming, I would probably hold off entirely unless you have an absolute loaded team like myself. So Goaltend's would be the one I would make, just because Markstrom ended up over the last 2 weeks. He just cannot stop anything for me. And again, if you watch my No Money Spent video, the latest one, episode 27, I believe, you will understand why. And Goaltend's at least gave me the ability to be confident in him stopping the ones that I would expect him to. And there was a lot of backdoor close one-timers that go in 23 that he was stopping. So Butterfly Effect, I would activate on him. I really enjoyed him. I wouldn't rush to get him to 90 overall if you're No Money Spent or anything like that. And if I'm No Money Spent, I'd probably just hold off in general. Again, Team of the Year is coming, guys. You don't want to burn all your resources, but he is the the only one that I would really make from the event. After playing with them all, though, Reichel was the most impactful, other than Vasilevskiy's, but again, investing in goaltenders, not a huge thing that you want to do, and it's all going to depend on the left-handers you have. If you have Larkin, wouldn't get him. If you have Kachuk, I probably wouldn't get him, and if you have base McDavid, not even X-Factor McDavid, again, that kind of ties into the left-handed spot. You could play him at center, though, which gives you some lineup flexibility, which, again, goes into that S tier rating. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, guys, and I will see you next time. Have a good one.